Charlie was Minister for Finance, and of course he was very strong on the economy. He established something that's really, really important for today, the International Financial Services Centre.
Correct. And funny enough, when I was young and used to come in the train from Haughey, when I was working in Dublin at the time, there was people coming in the early morning train as well, and they were working in the Port and Docks Board, where the financial services in. It was just a big waste of space, and there was kind of huts in it. It was a very forlorn looking site. You'd think nothing ever could happen there.
This is down around by Sheriff Street. No.
This was just when you got off the train at Amy Street and went along, if you were going towards where Bus Arts is now, the financial services start there. Sheriff Street was a way off. Before you got off the train, you could turn down Sheriff Street, and it was a very deprived sort of area at the time. And now, so the start of the Financial Services Centre was where the Port and Docks Board had been. When you come off the train and went down that way, it was on your left-hand side where the financial services is there now. I believe there should be pictures available or being able to be got by way of the site that it was where the Financial Services Centre is built now, which goes down as far as the new bridge down at one of those big concert halls that's down there near the new bridge that goes over the Liffey, the toll bridge. So it stretches quite a bit, and there's hotels and in this financial service. I think there's thousands working in it. So it was one of the best achievements, I think, in a city like Dublin, anywhere that I can think of. It was so far-seeing that it puts into shade anything else that might have happened. And as far as I know, it didn't seem to cost a fortune. I believe it must have been private enterprise and the banks and all the rest of it. And it attracted all companies from overseas. It was one of the best things that could ever happen. And to think the site that it was, you couldn't see anything going up in it. You'd be lucky to get anything in it. So I don't know how he managed to foresee this. I believe Dermot Desmond was a great friend, and he's a financier, Dermot Desmond, and he would have been a help to Charlie to envisage this as well. But Charlie was open to the sort of suggestions, positive suggestions that come from people like Dermot Desmond and other people.
So he could see the prosperity in a good idea.
Yeah.
Social partnership was very important for economic recovery, and Charlie introduced this idea of social partnership.
Now, if Charlie, by the way, if that's all he did was the Financial Services Centre, it would be a great record for his achievement as a minister or Taoiseach.
Absolutely.
So that on its own, never mind all the other things we spoke about. Now,
social partnership.
The social partnership, that was a great idea as well. It was to involve employers and trade unions. Because for a long time there was a lot of terrible strikes in this country, including a bank strike that lasted for 6 months and resulted in the demise of a famous shipping company called Palgrave Murphy, who had ships. As a matter of fact, a cousin of mine worked in it, although he had left it and gone to Canada and joined the Mounties in Canada. Noel Larkin. So he worked in Palgrave Murphy, and it was a great job. They had their premises in Eden Quay and quite substantial offices. Now, so
the year of the bank
were gone. The bank strike lasted was 72. So I mean, we were in very peculiar times, and when they went, H. Williams was left with a lot of checks from Palgrave Murphy because it was considered a great company. So there was a lot of bad checks. There was a lot of problems.
And H. Williams was.
Yeah, H. Williams had cash checks.
But who were H. Williams?
They were supermarkets. They had supermarkets, H. Williams.
Okay, and when was this bank strike that took place?
72, if I remember rightly.
For 6 months?
Yeah, for 6 months, and resulted in a lot of problems for businesses.
Now you were saying that the Bertie Ahern was good at social partnership.
Yeah, well, Bertie Ahern was Minister for Labour, and he was one of the best ministers for Labour that the country ever had. the strikes that had happened, he was able to deal with the trade unions, and he was a kind of I won't call it a fixer in the sense of the word. He had empathy with both sides, and
so he was a negotiator.
He was a great negotiator. That was one of the strengths of Bertie Ahern. Naturally, with the media that we have in this country, he gets criticised for issues that were not that important in my book. Nobody is perfect in this life, and they needn't be throwing stones at anyone. Have a gawk in the mirror themselves and look at themselves before they throw stones at anybody. Bertie was excellent at his job as Minister for Labour, and he was very good in many other jobs that he did. So as Minister for Labour under Charlie Haughey, he was excellent, and we had no strikes.